So still we are on mental health. On mental health, where we are focusing more on about the mind. Do you know that mind is the whole being, or is the whole person? The mind. Have you ever thought that? Mind, that is the whole being. Do you know mind? Without the mind, you cannot be yourself. You need someone to make decisions for you until you start to reason. That's why you see a young baby or just a newborn baby need someone by the side to guide, because on your own or on his own cannot make decisions. It is because of the mind. So mind is very crucial, or is very important. So I want to focus today on the subject called intelligence. Intelligence. That is the subject for today. While you are approaching the critical path of life or difficult situations on daily basis, I strongly believe that without intelligence, you can go nowhere. Without intelligence, you can go nowhere. So one of the basics, or one of the things that I want to establish based on our last lecture, we did another lecture on Sunday, last Sunday, where we established that intelligence is not about what you have. Intelligence is not about what you have, but about how you use what you have. That is what is very important, what is very critical. It's not about what you have, but it's about how do you use what you have. That is where it is very critical. It's not about money, but how you use that money. How you use that money. You have $3,000, but you spend the whole $3,000 drinking beer and smoking. Is that intelligent? But someone is $300, but is using wisely each and every dollar, maybe starting a business. So between the two, who is intelligent? The one with $3,000 or the one with $300? So it's not about money per se, but how you are going to use your money. It's not about what you have, but it's about how you use what you have. That is where we measure intelligence. Someone's intelligence is about what he have, how you use what he have. That is more critical. Another concept that we have established again is with basics. With the basics from basics. That's where we see most people have this kind of challenge. Intelligence is clearly shown by how you use the basics from basics. You don't need these basics to use it in America when you are in Zimbabwe. Most people people make this blunder in life to think that better life is in America. Better life is still in Zimbabwe. If you use what you have wisely. Is it making sense? And so, with basics, what basics do you have? And from basics, you are focusing on the place or environment. With the basics, you are focusing on the resources that are available, resources that are available. My focus, this lecture is directed to learners, per se, because you are the ones who are supposed to write the exams and the like. So, with the basics, or from basics, the point that I want to emphasize is on how you are going to apply intelligence. Intelligence is a skill that everyone has a capability and ability for it to improve. We are all born with a certain level of intelligence, but how we approach or how we are exposed to something and how we react determine the level of intelligence that we are. There are some people whom we call intelligence. It is because they have some certain situations that we have never been into, which they have. For example, they always have good living and also have better environment, which we cannot access. So we may think that these people are intelligent because they have better resources than what we have. But given the same conditions, we may do the same way as they are. So intelligence is not static to say it is from a certain group or is for a certain group. Intelligence for everyone. You have the capacity to be even wiser than anyone else on earth. But what determines are the neuropops. Neuropops in the neurosparks. These neuropops and the neurosparks are very crucial for someone's intelligence. They will guide you how you are going to use your mind. If you ignore the neuropops and the neurosparks, how are you going to use your mind? How are you going to use what you have? You may think that you don't need to start from the basics. With the basics, you need maybe to go in America, or you need some of the things which are not in your locality for you to start doing something. Are you seeing that? So these neuropops are very essential. It might be an idea which pops into your mind. It might be a certain picture or anything that may direct you into something. It might be dreams which should shape your destiny or your future based on this kind of intelligence. Are we together? Alright, so maybe to be a bit closer for your understanding, to be a bit closer again, what do you have as learners? And how are you going to use what you have in order for you to pass? Pass is the goal. To pass is the goal. But in order to pass, you are supposed to use what you have. How are you going to use what you have? It's not about you have textbooks. You have teachers, you have time, you have what? Energy to study, you have friends, you have parents, these, you have a certain contribution towards your pass altogether. But how are you going to use these factors? What you have determines how you are going to pass. That is intelligence. You have textbooks. How you are using the textbook, you only read or study once per week. 20 minutes. I have all these textbooks. Every textbook, accounting textbooks, I have 20 textbooks. Economics, I have 50 textbooks. Whatever, I have all those textbooks. Well, that saves you to pass. Alright, we have 50 textbooks. But you are not reading those textbooks. And someone has 2 textbooks, but is studying or is using those textbooks. He has more time revising and studying with those 2 textbooks. Who is going to pass?
I mean, to my textbooks.
Are you getting the concept of intelligence? It's not about how much you have, but it's about how are you using what you have. That is what is very important. So maybe people would say, I know I'm coming from a raw setup, I'm from Mapako, I'm from a poor village, and you don't understand my situation. It's not about also being rich or coming from a large family or from the rich family. But how are you using the resources that you have in order to be a better somebody? In this case, so teachers, how are you using your teachers in order for you to pass? You're supposed to make use of the teachers. Some may think of, I always wonder how and why. If the environment is not a fact, or if it's not about how we use the basics, everyone from boarding schools is supposed to come with an A's, all subjects. When it is A level, they are supposed to come with A's, or 12 or 15 subjects. When it is A level, 20 A's or 5 A's or whatever subjects, they will write. Have you ever seen someone from boarding school who failed? And what might be the cause? And someone from a raw setup or from a raw school like this, coming up with better colors, what might be the cause?
The way your tuitions and
Simple. So, again within this, what is guiding you again is the Neuropops and the Neurosparks. Maybe the Neuropops say no. I want to ask my teacher this question. Maybe I'll understand. Then you ignore the Neuropops to ask you that question. And that question comes into the examination. Have you used what you have wisely? And it's going to a point that you've said again that competition do not exist. If it exists, it's an illusion, an evil and deadly toxic miasm. Because there is no need for you to compete in other way, whatever. So that is the point that I want to put in place, that intelligence is not about what you have. It's about how you use what you have. It's not about where you are coming from, but it's about how you use what you have in your environment. So again, it's with the basics, from basics. From basics, it means like at Mapa. You don't need to go to a certain place far away from where you stay in order for you to pass. Are you supposed to be in America to understand economics? Is the economics which those who in America learn different from? Is theory of demand different in Zimbabwe and in America or in UK? So intelligence, or in terms of success, is not about how it's not about what you have, but it's about how you use what you have. So I'm just still challenging you. Last time I just challenged you that you have no reason for you to fail. And I'm coming again with a different approach to prove this point that you still have no reason to fail. Somebody say no, only 3 or 2 months left, so how can I pass? It's from the basics. With the basics, then you move on. One concept at a time, each and every day. Another point which is very important, every word, every action, every thought, and every perception shapes destiny or the future. Every word, every action, every thought or perception shapes the destiny or the future. Another point again, which I want to explain here, it's not about what you hear people say, or what you see people do, or what you may feel or perceive to think about. It's not about that, but it's about how you respond to what you see, how you respond to what you hear, how you respond to whatever situation that you encounter. Maybe you've seen someone, maybe you've heard someone saying, I know this guy maybe is a rubbish guy, or maybe this girl is a rubbish girl. How do you respond? How you respond to wage war so that you fight to prove that I'm superior or I'm better, I will fight you better. Then you move on. So it's about how you respond to what you've heard, which is intelligence. So we realized most people are not intelligent, though they have the capacity to be intelligent, by how they use what they have. So I will still continue to challenge you guys that I've no any reason to justify why you feel. I know something hard to believe, but honestly, I would say you have no reason. It's something which is so hard to keep on emphasizing that I'm not on your side. I'm not by your side to stand by you to say, no, I understand your situation, so maybe if you feel yes, I can justify. Personally, I'm coming to disagree based on this. Some would say, no, the teachers that we have, they don't teach us in such a way that we understand. It's the Neuropops to you, and the Neurosparks to you, to realize that this method, if I continue using this method, I'm going to fail. So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to continue using the wrong approach, knowing that this approach honestly is leading me to fail. So it's not about people. Most learners would say, no, we don't have time. We all have the same time or equal hours per day, 24 hours. How many hours do you have today? 24 hours. And you? I also have 24 hours. And you have also 24 hours. It's not about the time that we have, the 24 hours that we have. But how are we using that 24 hours? If you are spending the 24 hours not studying, why is you are supposed to write the examination? So, alright, I want to ask you a simple question. So far from what you've learned, is there any excuse? So, the 24 hours that you have, no one should disturb your 24 hours. Because that person is his or her own 24 hours. Just tell someone, how many hours of time do you have per day? 24 hours. And I have also the same hours. But you are not supposed to misuse my time. Because what is more important now. Alright, on time, right? Let me just focus on time. Which is better? To spend time, maybe might say playing, right? Playing or studying. Studying based on your situation that you're supposed to, you're facing the examination by November. What are you supposed to do in this case? Playing or studying? You're supposed to study. There's someone saying, let's play. What are you supposed to do with that situation? You're supposed to study, and someone is supposed to, if someone is playing. What is crucial, what is important on those conditions? Or that we may say, which is important? Which one is important? Or at my point that I want to stress is, which one is common between the two? The one who is supposed to study and the one who is supposed to who is supposed to play. What is common between the two? The two individuals. What is common? Alright, maybe let me say it. What is common is 24 hours is the time, 24 hours, right? But what is different is your individual experience is different. So you're supposed to know that even if you're having the same hours, like what I've said last time, we may share the same experience, that is happiness or pain, but the absolute pain or the absolute happiness, we don't. Well, if you say, I want to spend the whole day playing with my friend, who we have the last or the permanent scars by the end of the day. The one who is supposed to study or the one who is just playing. So are you seeing this? So that is intelligence in this case. It's about how you apply what you have. So I want to introduce another term. This is a long subject, or it's a very tricky subject. In this case, so I don't want to erase everything, but I want to illustrate something. I'll just explain 2 points. I want to repeat this point again. People always say drugs are good because I will relieve my stress with the drugs. But the drugs benumbs or blocks the mind to reason. If you use drugs, it affects your mind to reason, and it affects the neuropops and the Neurosparks. You may not get this clue of the direction which you are supposed to follow. Then you take drugs as a way of relieving yourself from pain. But it is causing you not to reason. Which means when the effect of drugs is over in your brain, then you continue from where we left. If we solve the problem? No. So these are some things which may affect how you are supposed to use what we have. Was it going to affect this kind of a thing? So my last concept that I want you to understand for today, though these terms are not yet in place, they are not yet in place, but very soon will be on public record, like here with basics, from basics. Let me write here from basics. It's still the same resources that you have. You can utilize those resources in certain environment that you are and you still pass. I want to divert your attention from thinking or from relaxing to say, or from giving excuses to say, I know where I'm coming from, and there is no reason I'm supposed to pass because my situation is blah 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 blah. It's not about the situation. We all coming from very tough situations, but it's about how we maneuver or how we try to escape from that situation. This example might be all right. It's like this. This is not the example that I want to explain, but I'm just doing it for the sake of your understanding, so that at least you understand. To prove that still you don't have a reason why you are supposed to fail. Right? This is an example of a heart, right? If a heart, and this heart is burning, and you are inside the heart, but you might have the keys, or you have the clues, the Neuropops and the Neurosparks of how to open this door. And this heart is burning, but you have those Neuropops and the Neurosparks of how you are going to open this door. You still give the excuse that still the door is locked. I think that yes, the theory of elasticity is still confusing you. But for how long will you have these Neuropops to say theory of elasticity is affecting me? Then you keep on relaxing while you have the clue of how to open the door. We might have some concept in accounting or in business studies that might have a challenge, maybe, whatever topic. Because those Neuropops are things that may keep on ringing, but if you consume drugs, then they will cease to exist to remind you. Then you might think, that's why you see someone when he's drunk, he may think that I'm wise. You see? Because the mind ceases to reason. So that is that I wanted to explain. My last points, I want to introduce these words in existence. It's these terms, they are not yet published or on public record or in whatever form to the public, but they are in existence in theory for the moment, because I'm still trying to shape how they may be used. So these terms, Neurofabieleiers and Fabiegaloric conditions. The word neuro in this case simply means mind. Then this fa or fev, whatever the pronouns that I'm going to use, is coming from the word Fabian, which means delaying tactics of or to win, to weaken and win an enemy. An enemy, and this, the gallo might mean abundance in this case, Then the le, in this case, from the word chandelier. Chandelier. A chandelier is like those, it's like these lights in a room or in a ceiling room, and those are the chandelier, those lights. And this referring to the neuro and this kind of situation. So these terms are an approach to say it's not about what you've heard or what you've seen or what you felt or what you've perceived, but it's about how you respond to those situations. So you're supposed to respond in a delaying tactics, in a way of weakening the enemy, but without causing harm to both yourself and to the next person. Your decision of how you are responding should not cause harm to yourself as a result, and also to the next person. But you are supposed to weaken the system in such a way that both of you remain on a same ground. That is where we have applied the issue of logic, meaning, emotion, empathy, and those things, so that how you respond, someone is supposed to understand how you've responded. I'm saying this because I know somehow I was presenting this may have caused some pain to someone's heart. Then starts to regret how you've been using the time, or how you may be using the textbooks, or how he or she was supposed to use the teachers or whatever that you have, in such a way that you would try to respond in a negative way. And also, this time around, I don't want to be disturbed. I want to concentrate on my schoolwork. I want to be very serious. I'll be so harsh. I don't want to be wasting my time and be like no. How you are still, life goes on, but you are supposed to develop a skill that will not cause harm to yourself and to the next person whom you were interacting with before this lecture. You've been interacting well. Then after this lecture, someone just changed completely. Guys, don't waste my time. No. It's about the delaying tactics of weakening the enemy, but without causing harm to yourself. So it will be a sustainable. It will be the way that you are going to use should be sustainable, not causing harm, or it should be ethical and equal or equality, or neutral, and should be in a creative, critical, scrutiny or thinking, and communication. How are you supposed to communicate on how you're going to use your time? Should not cause someone a harm to say, no, why is he like this? But should be a polite way, while you understand that I'm supposed to use what I have in such a way that I benefit. My last point again, intelligence is not about being built or being handsome, but it's about how you use that beauty or that handsomeness. Most people whom they seem to say that I am handsome or I'm beautiful, they misuse that kind of stage. They think that I don't know how they do their things, but when they realize that maybe they are beautiful than others, then they will start to misbehave and do what they do. But it's about how they use what they have in order for them to be successful and leaving you to happiness. You are not supposed to live to regret, but you are supposed to live a happy life or high esteemed joy each and every day. I know we are about to write exams. Maybe you might be worried about maybe the running of time and how you've been learning, but you are not supposed to remain in the burning house or in a burning heart, because whatever reason that you are going to give to justify why you are going to burn, will you be accepted or acceptable? I know. I knew that I was going to burn, but I just felt, I know, why should I just lock in the door? I just know that I will burn. I just know that I may fail because of the kind of teachers that I have, or because of the school that I am learning it. I know. No, it's not like that. It's about how you are going to approach what you have. So I'm challenging you again. Make use of the resources that you have. With the basics, from basics. That is one of the principles of the intelligent society. We don't seek of things that are far away, but we use what we have to maneuver or to approach life. Thank you very much, guys. Maybe might have another question before I call it a lecture for today. We may have some questions. Or was it useful for you? Have you get something from this presentation? Or you're not having some pains? I know someone's side is melting. Oh, this is painful. Is that what we're feeling? Or just something, is different from, but I was just trying to present the truth.
Yeah, it's useful.
So how are you going to approach? Maybe you might have some feedback, just some feedback. How are you going to approach life now? All right, I may say, is there any reason for you to fail? Not to come up with the 15 points. Is there any reason?
No.
Is there any reason? No any reason to not to understand even one concept in your syllabus. Not even one. It's about to say, no, your time is running, guys, so I failed. No. It's still you have time. Though the days that have remained, I think there are now almost 8 days left. I've calculated I've shown you how to calculate the days. Some are saying, we've left some months. No, it's not the months, but days left now. Because if you subtract all the time that you spend playing, eating, bathing, sleeping, and doing other things, not studying, are more than the time that you spend studying. So I'm referring to the time that you spend studying in terms of, or converted to days. That is what that is about intelligence. I know there is a lot about it, but for your benefit's sake, I cannot approach other concepts that are not relevant to you for the moment. So, be intelligent, guys. That is all about intelligent society. It emphasizes people that they are supposed to make wise decisions. It's beyond economics. It's beyond whatever subject that you may think of. It's about how you make your wise decisions each and every time. Before you make a decision, calculate the benefits and the costs from whatever situation. Then you approach based on your evaluations. Use a neuronomic calculator. Neuronomic calculator is where you sit on the equilibrium, a state of balance. Then you, on a panoramic equilibrium state, then you weigh the costs and benefits before and after, then you make a decision. So thank you very much. Wish you the best, guys. Wish you the best for today.